And now, enter the courtroom of Judge Mathis.
Plaintiff Marche Moore says the defendant went from her best friend to a violent ecstasy user who dated drug dealers. Marche says when she confronted the defendant about her behavior, she threatened to assault Marche, and she's suing her today for putting a gas bill in Marche's name without her knowledge. Defendant Sharona Davis says her friendship with Marche ended after she started spreading rumors about Sharona using drugs and being a neglectful parent. Although Sharona knew that her gas bill was in Marche's name, she insists Marche's suing the wrong person.
Start with you.
Your Honor, the defendant went from being my best friend to a violent ecstasy abuser that dated drug dealers. She started hanging out all times of the night, not taking care of her children, things of that sort. When I addressed the issue with her, she said that I was jealous because I didn't have a man at the time, and that if I stayed in her business like that, she would have to beat me up.
When was that?
That was in 2008. She started acting that way and behaving that way in like around 2007.
Okay, and what has happened since that time?
In January of this year, I had just bought a home.
So were you all friends anytime thereafter?
No.
All right,
This
so
is my
what
first
you're
time
about
seeing
to
her
get
since
to is
then.
the specifics of the case. Let me allow her to give some background, ma'am.
Hi, Your Honor. Me and Marche's friendship ended because basically Marche is a drama queen. Marche, like she said, was going around telling people that I was a drug user,
She
ecstasy
didn't say
user.
she was telling people. She said that she
Well, no,
confronted
not
you
me.
about it.
No, I don't do drugs, but I was a drug user. I ran the streets. I didn't take care of my kids, and then my boyfriend was using me. The last time I seen Marche, I had to restrain myself from physically jumping on her.
Why?
Because of the accusations she was making. I have a 17-year-old daughter that just graduated with an honors diploma.
Good.
So therefore, I am a good mother. You know, I don't abuse drugs, and all of the crap she's talking, I don't know what she.
You didn't at that time?
No.
Your Honor, that's
Why do you
not
think
true.
she was making that up?
I don't know, but I have always been there for
Okay,
Marche.
you had
through
no
thick and-
idea?
No.
Did you ever ask her?
No.
Why
I
don't you
didn't
ask
care.
her today?
Why were you telling people that?
Because I saw you doing that. You knew that's how you was
so
living
you
your
witnessed
life.
me.
Yes,
that's how
I did.
what
I
about
saw
how
you
you
taking
live?
the
What about
pills.
how you live
All right, that's
your
enough.
life?
You should have did all that then, like I said. All right, somebody accused me of all that. You neglect your kids, you abuse drugs, you this, you that, and the other, and you were my good friend. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to say, where are you saying this? Where are you coming from? Where do you get this
Your Honor,
from?
we've been friends since
Her
middle
response
school.
was, no, I didn't say anything because I didn't care. That was your response. Go ahead. So tell me about the collection bill.
Okay, January of this year, I had just purchased a home, so it was a rehabbed home. I had to get, you know, plumbing and electricity and things put, the wires and everything put in the house. So I had to get the gas cut on in order to do that because it's cold in Cleveland. That's where we're from.
January of 12?
Yes, 2012. Upon me calling the gas company to get the services cut on, they informed me that I had a balance on my name of $2,800, which I have that statement here, $2,843.83. And I told them there was no way possible because I hadn't even had gas service the past 5 years because me and my sister were roommates. And the gas was in her name, so there's no way that I should have had a bill anywhere from. When I got the statement, I saw the address on the statement, so I called one of her family members to ask them what was the name of the street that she was living on when she moved to the east side. And they informed me that it was the street on that statement. After that, I called her, okay, and I told her that I got this bill with this amount from that location, and she informed me that she was aware that there was a bill, but she said she was not responsible because her boyfriend was the one that was responsible for getting that gas service turned on at their house, and she didn't even know that it was in my name until several months later when she saw a bill. I asked her why she didn't find me just like I just found her and let me know what was going on. And so I told her we have to do something about these charges because I cannot afford that. So what can we do to work it out? She said, you know, she wasn't working at the time. She needs to make some phone calls to see what she can figure out and how she can come up with something so we can get these charges paid for. I gave her 2 months, calling her back in March. You know, she started dodging my calls, things of that nature. Called her back the 4th time now, And at this time, she's saying that I'm harassing her, and if I continue to call her over something that she can't afford, that it's not her fault because somebody else did it, that she would have to jump on me.
And also, you knew who did it.
Okay, but you had to give him that information.
That's enough, ma'am. Let me hear from you.
I, true enough, that knew that the gas was on in Marche's name. The only reason that he got Marche's information is because I had to move Marche's stuff in with me because she was, well, her ex had left her. She had nowhere to go, so I had to get Marche and her things and move them to my house. I moved to another house. I didn't know that my boyfriend was going to go rambling through Marche's stuff and get her information and get the gas cut on. I did not know that, Your Honor.
What was your understanding about having it cut on?
That he was going to get it cut on in his name.
Okay. When was that?
This was 2008.
You know the month?
May, April.
Okay.
But he was supposed to get the gas cut on in his name. It wasn't until I did get a gas bill that I knew that it was in Marche's name.
When was that?
This was 2 months after we had been staying there.
So July of 2008, you recognized that he had gotten the gas bill placed in her name?
Yes. I told him that it was unacceptable, that we couldn't have gas on in Marche's name, and he told me that he would keep the bill paid and he would pay the bill, which never happened.
Yeah, and you all lived there how long together?
Together just for 6 months. Why were you telling people that?
Because I saw you doing that. You
Oh,
knew
wow.
that's how you
so
was
you
living your
witnessed
life.
me.
Yes,
That's how
I did.
what about how you live? What about how you live?
All right, that's
your
enough.
life?
You should have did all that then, like I said.
Plaintiff Marche Moore says her friendship with the defendant deteriorated after the defendant became a violent ecstasy abuser who dated drug dealers.
So your defense today is that it was him, it wasn't you.
Yes, it was him, it was
that
not me.
He committed the crime, and not you.
Yes.
All right. Well, let me explain something to you. You committed 3 crimes. Knowingly benefiting from a criminal act, accepting stolen property, accessory after the fact. 3 crimes. So you're responsible. So call him and tell him to help you out with this bill. $2,843.83. By the defendant's own admission, she knowingly benefited from a criminal act. She also accepted stolen property, gas, which was in your name, and she also was an accessory after the fact by turning that heat up and down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Judgment
I'm
for
not
the
saying
plaintiff.
it, so I don't care. They can say what they want to say. You want to get the money from me.
After all we've been through, you could have came to me about this.
Yes,
They
after
did not
all
have
we've
to-
been through, I'm
they
not
didn't
paying
have
the
to
bill. I
be
don't
here.
care. You want to get your money. I don't do drugs. I take care
You
of my
were doing-
kids,
look at
and I
you.
don't
You're
run the
100
streets.
pounds
Look at
smaller.
you. It don't matter if I'm 100 pounds smaller. I look good, sweetie. You must be jealous.
Keita, I really can't believe you
Keita,
right
my
now.
excuse me.